So I want to share with you guys in this video, I'm going to expose myself a little bit why average premium is baloney, okay? I sold $87,000 of Final Expense premium, which was my highest month ever as a life insurance agent. And I still woke up saying, oh my gosh, I am super stressed. I don't know where the heck my money is. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars a day on leads and I feel screwed, okay? And in this month of selling over $87,000 of premium, I learned a lot of big lessons that I want to share with you guys here today. And the lesson is that even though I sold $87,000 of premium, I profited nearly $22,000. So that sucks, okay? And the reason is this. There's a lot of things that life insurance agents won't share with you. There's a lot of things that people are sold when you're becoming life insurance agents, and I want to go ahead and share with you guys the truth. I've been there, I lived it. There's two stories I want to share with you. Number one, I'll dive a little bit deeper into my story. Second story I want to share with you is the guy that I recently connected with. He was like, hey man, I want to work with your company. You guys have free leads, you have a turnkey system. I want to work with you guys. I said, well, what did you do last month? He said, I wrote over $42,000 of premium. I said, well, if you wrote over $42,000 of premium, why would you want to be with me? Why would you want to work with us? He was like, well, man, I still have to work a part-time job because I'm not making the money. I said, well, why were you just like posted on the leaderboards? Why were you just shouted out? I can see how you look successful on paper. Why is that the case? He says, I don't know. They just wanted to promote me and do that. So I said, okay, gotcha. So you're not making money. He says, yeah, I can't pay my bills. Okay. Another story that just happened 3 minutes ago and why I was inspired to make this video is because a guy who was currently with FedEx, he's like, hey man, I worked for FedEx for 20 years, sorry. And he was like, man, I gave it all up, my upline, I got started, I was doing this part-time. I had my first big, large case. I sold $3,200 in AP. It hit my bank account and I didn't know anything about chargebacks. So I left my job, I dove all in and you know, my wife, my kids were relying on me and I gave up my pension to become a life insurance agent. And come to find out after lead cost, after the chargebacks, and after all the smoke and mirror, I drained my bank account. And here's what I want to tell you guys, is that no one is going to share with you this side of the industry. Everyone is so willing to promote and talk about it, but they're selling you something on the back end. And I have nothing to sell you guys. I want you to do whatever you want, but I want to share with you guys the side of the industry that no one is willing to share with you. I almost screwed myself financially at $87,000 a premium, okay? The reason is, number one, is that I overspent on leads, okay? I wanted so bad to be the highest on the leaderboard. I wanted so bad to be the #1 guy. I wanted so bad to be the guy on stage talking about how he sold all this premium. I wanted to be the guy on the Instagram stories that made all this money. But actually, case was opposite. So I would spend more and more money on leads. $500, $600 a day on leads. Yes, I could sell the leads. Yes, I could get people in. But the problem is I was writing what's called bad business. And I want to share with you a warning. Do not do this. Number one, if someone doesn't have a routing number or account number, do not write the policy. But for me, when I was dumb, stupid, arrogant, wanted to be #1 on the leaderboard, I don't care. Miss Betty, if it's the wrong account number, we can always call me back and we can always change that because I just wanted to make a sale. Well, Miss Betty, if you don't have the money today, we can go ahead and push it out next month. We can really post-date it. And that's what I did. So what would happen is the policy would come out in the 1st, the 3rd of the following month, and there'd be no money. I'd overcharge, I'd try to sell a policy and it wasn't there. So what happens? I still posted it in my group chat saying I made the sale, but ultimately when the 1st or the 3rd came, guess what? I didn't make the money, but I didn't care because I was the #1 on the leaderboard. And this is what happens. People start selling all these premiums. They sell business that doesn't actually place, meaning that they sold the policy, but it actually doesn't start. They get hit with chargebacks because they don't know how to sell good business or work with great products that are easily non-replaceable. And then secondly, you get hit with what's called insufficient funds or what's called, hey, I have a bad bank account number. So you're selling the business, but the business is not going through. It's not being placed. And once I started to focus on having good business that placed, I actually started making money. When I started to focus on selling people policies, when they told me they wanted to push it out, I didn't push it out. I could actually start making money. But another problem that I experienced was I could sell, and this is why AP is complete BS, I could sell $100,000 of what's called guaranteed issue, meaning I could sell people who have policies that have graded policies, or I can sell people with waiting periods, like 2-year waiting periods, and I could sell what's called $100,000 at AP. I could be on the leaderboards, but with guaranteed issue policies, you typically only get a small advance, which is half of what you say. So right then and there, you get half of the 100,000. So you actually only get 50,000. And then you get a smaller percent as well based off your commission rate. So if I sell $100,000 of AP and it's all guaranteed issue and all of it places, I'm actually going to make about $40,000 profit. That's before lead costs, that's before placements. So all the AP numbers and all the metrics that you guys see is all a bunch of BS. It's some type of recruiting tool. It's some type of tool to sell you something, like a lead package or a program. It's some type of a tool that will get you in and kind of screw you over. So this is why I make this video. Be mindful of what you guys watch. Be mindful of all the smoke and mirrors. Be mindful of all the information out there and actually get real data and evidence. The average life insurance agent doesn't make more than $3,000 a month. And if you can actually say, hey, I make $7,000, I make $5,000, I actually make $10,000, I actually made $12,000, you're a 1% earner in the life insurance industry. But no one wants to tell you that. If you're not making 60 grand a month, you're not a top percent earner. But I can guarantee if you're selling life insurance and final expense life insurance, and you're selling $5,000, $6,000, $8,000, $10,000, and it's all placing, and you're making that in a month, you're a top earner. But no one wants to tell you the smoke and then through the mirrors. So that's why I make this video, just to give you guys a wide eye. And I wish I saw this video because I gave everything up to get started in the life insurance industry, and it sure did work out after a lot of pain. But I gave it all up, and I just am super mindful of all the people who sacrifice everything, put everything on the line, and end up being spit up and chewed out by the insurance industry. So before you get started, before you start with a company, do your research, do your due diligence, make sure there's a good system in place, make sure there's ethical people that are representing you, making sure that there's real results, and any like sketchy stuff that you feel, listen to your gut, because most of the time it's right. And I wish I listened to my gut. So before you sell policies, make sure that you are putting yourself in a good position to succeed. So love you guys. I hope this helped. AP is a bunch of baloney BS. Don't follow it. I sold $87,000 in a month, and I'm exposing myself because I want to be honest and raw for you to hopefully help you feed your family. Hope this video helped you. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Cheers.